Game 2 between the Akron Rubber Ducks and the Bowie Baysox tonight at Prince George's Stadium. Paul Mancano and Steve Molesky breaking this one down. And Steve, Grayrod on the mound. Grayson Rodriguez on the mound for the Bowie Baysox tonight. The big ticket item, of course, and a guy who can go out there and dominate. We'll see how long he gets in terms of pitch count and innings. Right. But while he's on the mound, expect great things with this guy.
Well, you know, they said, Paul, they gave him Game 2 because if they won Game 1, which they didn't, they have a chance to take a commanding lead. But if they lose Game 1 and you really need Game 2, you like to have the big man on the mound. And so they got Grayson Rodriguez here tonight in Bowie. And he's had an incredible year. You know, 2.60 ERA, even lower overall when you count his Aberdeen starts. I think 20 out of 23 starts have been 2 earned runs or less. He finished strong in September. Kid's been special, and, you know, it's just been fun to watch. You know, I wrote on MASNsports.com today about how the scouting reports, they like to have Grayson and his catcher that night watch video of pitchers who throw as hard as him. And there aren't many who throw 96, 98, 100. Kate Cavalli of the Nats prospect, who was in this league, made 11 starts for Harrisburg. So sometimes they watch how did hitters do facing his 96 or 8, and now they're going to see Grayson's 96 or 8. So I think that's smart on the part of the Orioles and the organization. They're trying to give him every chance to succeed. And, Paul, when you're trying to build an ace, you do not leave a stone unturned.
Absolutely. That's a fascinating nugget because you have a Bowie pitching staff that has some different kind of pitchers. And for Game 3 on Friday, it's set to be Drew Rom, a guy who he self-described as a crafty lefty. Now, he's not – doesn't, you know, he will hit the mid-90s with his fastball, so he's not relying all on off-speed and a lower fastball, but you got Grayson Rodriguez who can get it close to triple digits, and then you've got a more crafty lefty in Drew Rom, and it feels like they've been able to prepare different kinds of pitchers no matter what you're throwing out there. And,
you know, Drew Rom, like Grayson, is 21, by the way, so it's pretty cool to have a talent that's 21 at Double-A. You know, it's knocking on the door, could potentially even be in Baltimore next year. Both those guys maybe have a chance to do that. So that's pretty special. And, you know, this will be the last home game at Bowie. They've had a great year here, regular season now into the postseason. The staff is great. The fans are great. So I kind of hope it goes well for the Baysox tonight, and then they roll into Akron and win a championship.
One more young guy that we should touch on is Gunnar Henderson, because we just spoke to him and we spoke to Jordan Westberg, who is with him in that infield. Both guys that have been promoted pretty much in lockstep as they've gone up, now in Double-A. And you spoke earlier in the season with Gunnar Henderson about his ability to put the struggles that he had early on in Bowie and Aberdeen behind him, and now he's hitting as well as he's hit in pro ball.
You know, he said one of the biggest things about this season in terms of his growth is working through struggles. If you're as good as Gunnar Henderson, in your career you probably haven't had many. He went to Aberdeen, Paul, he went 1 for 30. So, I mean, he's never seen that before. So he had to learn that he was trying to change too much. He was letting it get to him mentally a little bit. And so he talked it out with some people and he worked through it. And by the end, he was above league average OPS at Aberdeen. What a shock. The kid rose to the level. And so he had 2 hits the other night here. And, you know, it's just great experience for him, so young, to be here.
You won't find better coverage of the Orioles minor league system than with Steve Molesky of MASNsports.com. Steve, thanks so much for previewing Game 2 as the wind picks up here. We expect it to be a game that starts on time, and it should go by okay.
This isn't the Weather Channel, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. So Grayson Rodriguez on the mound tonight for Bowie, trying to even the series at 1-1.